Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Let's start.
Give me that feeling. Give me that feeling. You give me that feeling, girl. You know. You give me that.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Leboga and welcome to my channel. If you're new, you're absolutely welcome. And if you're an old subscriber, my dear lovers, my loving I love you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the questions that I receive. You know that I always like helping people where I can. So and I know that a lot of you want to come to South Korea. Especially I'm actually talking to a lot of people in South Africa because that's where most of my subscribers are from. If you're from other parts of the globe, you're absolutely welcome. And but today, as you can see with the title of the video, I'm gonna talk about the cost of living in South Korea. Why? Because it's a question that I'm asked on a day-to-day. Even though they're not issuing visas at the moment to South Africans, a lot of people are planning on coming to South Korea possibly next year, hopefully. Yeah, or I think they said the last time I heard was it might be lifted in August, but we don't know, these things change. So hopefully next year it will be open, and I know that people are planning on coming to Korea, and a lot of people do ask me what is the cost of living there, because they want to prepare themselves mentally. You know, we gotta set them goals, you know what I'm saying? So I will be comparing the cost of living in South Africa versus the cost of living in Korea to the best of my ability. I am not an economist, but I'm probably not an economist, so I'll probably make it as simple as I can for everybody to understand. Are we ready? I'm ready. Let's start. Anyway, so first and foremost, obviously I cannot disclose how much I get paid, but a breakdown of the immediate stuff that I need to pay for, the things I pay for that before I even see my salary, you know. Adulting, oh shut up. Anyway, so there's things like tax. So I pay tax, which is obviously it depends. I cannot say how much it is because different people get paid different salaries, but it is 3.3% of your salary. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. And then you have health insurance. My health insurance, I think it varies from person to person, but my friends that live here said the same thing. They pay about between 50 to 60,000 Korean won. I know that's 60,000. Guys, Korean currency though, millions and billions, what are you talking about? But yeah, Korean currency is weird. And I think because I'm going off topic, but it's a question. Can I call myself a millionaire? Because your salary here is gonna be in the millions. Can I call myself?
I'm a billionaire.
Anyway, let's get back to topic. All right. So I pay health insurance 50 to 60,000 Korean. I actually pay 60,000 Korean won, and it covers a lot of things. It's very important to have healthcare. You cannot just say I'm not. Next thing, guys, we are adults. If you fall here, you break things. It's not like when you were young. You know, we are grown now. You know, anything can happen. So it's obviously mandatory, and I need not to even be delving in this topic. But next, gas and electricity. My gas heats up my water and heating on my floor because it gets very cold here. So my gas bill was very, very high. So obviously the amount you pay at the end of the month is determined by how much you were consuming during the month. So obviously in winter it's very, very high. It's not only heart palpitations, but also you can't be freezing, you know. So it is what it is, man. It's not like it's it's overbearing, but it's really high. So the highest I have gotten, because like it fluctuates, the highest bill that I've ever gotten for my gas is like 50,000, and then you also have to pay for electricity, which is like your lights. Yeah, your lights and your plugs, and that costs me about 10,000 Korean won. Housing is paid for. So well, in most cases, I don't know of people people that come here to teach that pay their rent. I don't know about that, but like rent is not included in your salary, so your school pays it for you. So like, but I think overall we have it really good, because the salary that we have back in South Africa is a salary that needs to pay for your rent, pay for your car, and pay for whatever. Here, you don't need a car. Nobody got time for that. There's buses. It's very convenient. Obviously, depending on where you're going, you can spend about, like when I go shopping, the closest shopping mall, I spend around 2,000 Korean won. And when I go to like, so the best place to go to, well, close to my area, if I'm not traveling far, like to my friend who through me, I would have to pay like 1,000 rand to travel to her, to and from. With the train, I prefer the train, but with the bus is cheaper. But if I'm going to Busan, which is really close to where I live, I spend around like 100 rand to and from Busan with the train. I take a bus there, and then I get onto a train, I go to Busan, and I spend like around 100 rand to go to Busan. And that is like my total deductions. It is a total of around 100, between 100 and 200. Well, yeah. Math skill, no, it's never for me. But anyway, and then it comes to my expenditure. Dear people of the nations, grocery in South Korea is expensive. Spend, well, initially, because now I eat out more, because it's cheaper to eat out than it is to buy a lot of groceries. So, but I would have like some things in the fridge whenever I don't feel like going out, or whenever I just feel like cooking. So I spent initially, before I knew, I would spend around 300,000 on groceries. That's a lot of money for one person. 3,000, and sometimes I don't even make it to the end of the month. Like that week before payday, tight. Anyway, so but then now I've stopped, and I think once you get acquainted with the environment and get to see which places are cheaper. Like initially I would shop at Home Plus. I think, in my personal opinion, it's slightly expensive. But there are certain things that I would go to Home Plus for, like the wines, girl, like the wines. But like I mainly shop at No Brand, and you will see at the end of the video, like just how much compared to South Africa, how much the things are. So yeah, so I prefer shopping at No Brand for like essentials, and it's just like really cheap, but really like it's quality. It's like real quality, so there's no compromises there really. And I would spend around 74,000 Korean won on my groceries that I would make to sustain me for the whole month at No Brand. But then obviously, because I spend so little on my groceries, I eat out a lot. I actually put a separate budget aside, because my eating out a lot also includes like entertainment. I mean, we gotta go out, we gotta live. You gotta explore the country, because there's so many nice places to see here. There's so many amazing restaurants, and you have like a variety. I mean, like Indian restaurants, Mexican restaurants, Korean restaurants. Like, the food here is just amazing. How when I put on so much weight because the food here is amazing, dear people. So I set aside like a separate budget for going out, which is like 300. See, 300, like I stopped because I know that I'll be starving that week or 2 weeks before payday. So I spent about 300 on 300,000 Korean won on leisure and entertainment. That also includes like going out to like certain places and just having fun. If it's movies, bowling, just like, recreational stuff. And the rest of the money, girl, you gotta invest them money. Listen, I invest because obviously there's a plan, there's a vision, there's a goal, and I save between, depending on what I'm doing for the month. So I would plan my month ahead, and if I know that I'm not going out with anyone anywhere, I would use some of that leisure money and put it into my savings. But usually I'd save between 1 million and like 1.2 million, which is like really good, and I'm sitting pretty high in my savings. So yeah, that's basically it. Korea is expensive. Like, Korea is really expensive, but if you know how to use your money wisely, like there's this coffee culture, you will end up buying coffee every day. And coffee is,
sorry, my bad. I meant to say coffee is 4,000. Like, if you want the best coffee, you'll get it for 4,000.
And then when you see by the end of the month and you're like, what did I spend my money on? It's all coffee, you know. So like, you just need to know how to navigate. But I mean, the most important thing is to not deprive yourself. I hope that this video gave you like an insight into the cost of living in South Korea. I hope it brought some light. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, or you can DM me on my Instagram. It's Rita_royalty. Y'all know that I always reply, even though it might take a little bit of time, but I will definitely reply. And I wish you all the best. For those people that want to come here, I wish you all the best. I'm praying and hoping that the borders will be open soon, so that, you know, like, it's very hard to find a job in SA, guys. Like, it's hard. And you won't find a job. Okay, well, most people do, but I'm just saying, but like for some of us that study like little weird things, you know what I'm trying. You won't find a job that pays as well as we get paid here. So it's like, it seems like almost the better solution. And there's also that whole unemployment crisis back home. So yeah, man, it will financially sort of like liberate you, but it's so easy to get into the trap of wanting to live the Instagram life and the bougie life. But I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying that let there be something that shows that, you know, you're from overseas, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you will definitely have a good time. And yeah, that's all I can say. For the next part of my video, I'm gonna go shopping. I'm not doing like a whole big grocery shopping. I don't really do that. I just buy the little things that I need, but always set money aside for actually going grocery shopping and buying essentials. I'll show you some of the prices of products and like essentials. I'll take you to Daiso, No Brand, the places where I go to, and I'll show you the market. And like, there are these shops, these markets where they're not really like big franchises. That's where you can get affordable stuff. So stay tuned for the next part of my video. I hope you enjoy it.
Alright, so I'm here. I think I need some pasta. This pasta is so cheap. I usually get it around 2,000. So this is around 23 rand. So yeah, I'm gonna get some of that. Really like frozen food because they last longer and it's easier to make. So these range between 4,000 and 6,000 depending on what you're buying. Alright, so I couldn't find what I was looking for at no brand, so I'm gonna go to a supermarket, and on my way to the supermarket I pass like a market where everything is just sold on the streets. So yeah, let's go. Oh my, these are literally the cheapest grapes I've ever seen. They're usually like 8,000, 9,000. And here are just some vegetables and fruits I've never seen in my entire life. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take some of these dirty potatoes and probably like 1 carrot, because the dirtier the vegetables, the cheaper. So you can just wash it at home. So if it's clean, it's gonna be slightly expensive. So me, I'm a cheapskate. So alright, so sometimes I don't know what I'm buying, because you know, like there'll be like some fruits and vegetables that you don't know what they really are. So I wasn't sure if this was ginger, so I done took a picture of it and it gives me the translation of the words. This has been a saving grace for me. Like, thank goodness for this. Alright, so there it is. I know what it is now. Over to the meat section. Meat is so expensive in Korea. To be honest, the first thing I'm gonna do when I get home is go and buy prime meat, because beef is super expensive. It's a luxury here. So I'm gonna just buy myself some chicken and pork. That's all the girl ever eats, because that's what the girl can afford. I actually usually buy my bread at the bakery because it tastes better, and you're gonna want to buy in a smaller quantity and not the full loaf. So I use olive oil, so I spent 10,000. We all know it's noodle paradise here. Like, I never used to like noodles until I came to Korea. Listen, noodles are my thing. Even like, I want the hot chili ones. Those are my favorites. This is my favorite. I'm gonna take it back. Yippee! Alright, so I'm heading out. I'm gonna go to Daiso. So this is the bakery that I was talking about. This is where I buy my bread. It's called Paris Baguette. Alright, this is Daiso. This is where I do my unnecessary shopping. Like, they are just unnecessary things here. and you just end up buying things because they are unnecessary things. But I do get my toiletry and stationery here. Books, socks, headphones, face masks. But don't use them. You know, those things will burn you. Mirrors. Cattle crust. I never wanted to show myself, but okay, yeah, there I am. Mirrors. Nail stuff. Oh, I buy my nail stuff here because it's DIY, honey. It's not that expensive. 1,000. Not bad. Everything. Brushes. 1,000. 1,000. Makeup sponges. Sanitary towels. Wet wipes. Gifts, gift bags, toys. I buy my toilet paper here because it be cheap. 3,000. Exercising stuff. Things to bathe, loafers. I buy my loafers here. Candles. Very cheap. The candles range between 1,000 and 2,000. Incense, perfumes, hangers, body wash. Listen, anything that you can. Obviously not food, but they do have snacks. Like this place is heaven. It's like a clicks on steroids, basically. Even dog clothes, pet clothes. I hope that this video was informative, and please make sure to comment and suggest what you would want to see, and also like and subscribe. See you on my next video. Bye.